Hi everyone. So this week's Parshat, Tetzei, the weekly Hidush of the Zera Shimshon was the Yortzeit, the Hilulah of the Zera Shimshon was this week. So, Be'ezrat Hashem, this learning of the Zera Shimshon will be a zichut on us, that Hashem should answer all the tefillot of Am Yisrael. So, in this week's Parshat, we mentioned the beautiful mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen. So what is the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen? To send away from the nest. The Pasuk tells us that if a person is walking in a street or anywhere and he finds a nest and he sees that inside the nest you have a mother bird that is sitting on the egg or on the baby, the mitzvah is to take the babies away from the mother. But before you take the babies or the egg in questions, you have to go ahead and send out the mother away from the nest. So, the Zera Shimshon brings the Gemara in Masechet Brachot in the 5th chapter of the Masechet Brachot. The Gemara says like this, that if a person prays and he mentions this mitzvah, and he said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the same way you have mercy on the mother, and we don't let us take the children in front of the mother, and we have to send the mother away, so also you should have mercy on us. So if you hear a chazan that prays like this, the Mishnah says in Masechet Berachot, you have right away to lehashtik oto, to make him quiet. You cannot allow him to pray like this, because this is not a way of praying, that we tell Hashem, the same way you have mercy on the bird, you should have mercy on us. That we learn from the mitzvah, that the mitzvah is merciful mitzvah, and this is why HaKadosh Baruch Hu should have mercy on us. And the Zera Shimshon asks, why? Why not? Why can't we pray like this? Also, if you look in the Midrash says the exact same thing. The Midrash says that the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen, that the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the same way Hashem has mercy on the animals, also Hashem has mercy on the bird. So we see that there is nothing wrong to mention Hashem's mercy on the bird during this mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen. And also the Midrash Rabbah continues to say something beautiful about this mitzvah. And the Midrash says that every mitzvah gets you a different merit. Some mitzvot give you osher, wealth. Some other mitzvot gives you kavod, gives you honor, respect. But this mitzvah gives you children, that if somebody doesn't have kids, he does the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen, of sending the mother out before taking the baby inside the nest, and he will have children. Like the Pasuk says, V'etabanim tikach lach, and take the children for yourself, that if a person doesn't have children, he will have children from this mitzvah. And the Zera Shimshon asks, what is the connection with this mitzvah and having kids? How this works together. So we have two questions. The first question was, why is it wrong to mention Hashem's mercy in this mitzvah? And the second question is, what is the connection with this mitzvah that will give us the merit to have children? And we're going to answer first the second question. And by understanding that second question, we will be able to understand in a better way the whole purpose of this mitzvah, and we'll understand also the first question. So the Zera Shimshon says like this, that we know, the Midrash says, that Mashiach, that this mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen brings us closer to Mashiach. So how does the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen brings us closer to Mashiach? We know that En ben David ba, the Gemara says, En ben David ba ad sheyichlu kol haneshamot shebaguf. That Ben David, which is Mashiach, doesn't come until all the neshamot that were supposed to be born come to this world. So we understand that if the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen is supposed to bring us closer to Mashiach, the only way we can bring Mashiach is to bring more children to this world. So that's why, if a person does the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen, he will have more kids, because having more kids brings us closer to Mashiach. But how? How the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen brings us closer to Mashiach? So the Zera Shimshon brings another midrash mentioned in the Zohar, that the Zohar says like this. It said that when the man comes and get up on the tree and he send away the bird, the mother, in order to take the children away from the mother. So he sends the mother bird away from the nest. And actually the mitzvah is that you have to send the mother bird all the way. That you have to wait, make sure that the mother bird does not come back. You send it because you want the mother bird to go out and to build somewhere else. And the midrash is like this: the mother bird is flying away because the bird was sent out from its nest, and the bird is crying and he's in depression, he's suffering, he lost his nest, he lost his kids, and he's crying and praying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he wants to even kill itself. Until the malach, the angel that's responsible on the bird, sees all the suffering of this bird. He goes ahead and he complains to Hashem, Hashem, please have mercy on this bird. Look how much suffering this bird is going through. We take away his babies, we take away its nest, we send him out, he has nowhere to go, he wants to kill himself. And when HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees this, he has mercy on the bird. After having mercy on the bird, Hashem tells himself, wow, you see, even this bird that's suffering so much on the loss of the children and being sent out from its house, from its nest, I should also think about my own children, that they're in exile, and they're also suffering, and maybe I should have mercy on them. So basically that feeling, that emotion of mercy that Hashem felt for these birds, after he took care of the birds, Hashem turns this towards us, Am Yisrael, the Jewish nation, and wants to bring us closer to Mashiach, bring us closer to home, and to redeem us. So this is the beauty of the mitzvah of Shiluach HaKen, that brings us, every time we do it, closer and closer to Mashiach. And now we understand that really this mitzvah, the doing of this mitzvah has nothing to do with mercy. Actually, it's very cruel to take the mother, send it away in order to steal the nest and the babies away from the mother. So we are not doing anything merciful. Jews, the suffering of this bird caused Hashem to awaken himself the midah, the quality of mercy, and then to bring that mercy towards us. So we know as well that Hashem, even if we don't deserve mercy, he has the right to be merciful towards us, and his patience, and he's waiting for us to do teshuvah, and he's always waiting, and even when we don't deserve, he gives, and even when we don't deserve, he forgives, and even if we don't deserve, he's merciful. But we have no right to ask Hashem, since you were merciful towards him, so be merciful towards us. Hashem can do whatever he wants. He can be merciful to one person and not be merciful towards another person. And therefore, we have no right to say, Hashem, since you're merciful towards this bird, therefore you shall have mercy upon us. It's the exact opposite. We cannot ask, we cannot request such a thing. Hashem does whatever he wants. If he decides to be merciful on one human being, he can be, even if that human being does not deserve it, and he doesn't have to be merciful with anybody else. And that's why, if a person prays this way, we have to stop him right away. But this mitzvah itself awakens a lot of mercy from Hashem towards us, and brings us, every time we do it, closer to Mashiach, because Hashem, when he sees the suffering of the bird, feels about our suffering, and he decides to bring us closer to the redemption, bring more children to the world, and bring Mashiach closer and closer. So Bezrat Hashem, in the merit of this mitzvah, in the merit of the Shabbat, in the merit of learning this Zera Shimshon, Hashem shall answer all the tefillot and bring to us quickly Mashiach Tzidkenu b'mira b'yameinu amen. We shall all have a Shabbat Shalom and Shana Tova Mituka.